Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Tuesday, October 1st, 2019 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is, it is my responsibility to notice where I am out of balance. And we are building into some shift. Tomorrow, or early Thursday, we have Pluto going direct. So we really do want to take today, utilize these energies to notice any shadow aspects, any power plays, any control issues, any manipulations, check our motivations, in other words, that arise, that come up. And we definitely have a definite theme that we're looking at. We also are building to Mars shifting signs, Mars moving into the sign of Libra on Thursday, and Mercury also preparing to shift. Mercury will be moving into Scorpio. So this week has a lot of shift changes for us. Today, we have Moon in Scorpio. And I think one of the more potent connections is actually a connection of Neptune and Lilith. Neptune and Lilith in the sign of Pisces hanging out together. Now, really interesting. The moon in Scorpio is feeding into this, and the moon in Scorpio is like, oh, we're going deep with this. And part of the responsibility, part of what's been bringing us all out of balance to some extent or another, is that for centuries, millennia, the balance of the yin and the yang has been off. And to be fair, even if you are a yin bringer in this lifetime, even if you are somebody who is helping to bring forth the yin, to rebirth it, so to speak, I think we've all had lifetimes where we have been participants, and even in this lifetime, of energies that have suppressed this energy. Lilith energy, I'll say this again, Lilith energy especially is so misunderstood and can be so suppressed. Lilith energy is where the yin walks to the beat of her own drum. Lilith energy is where I know you have an agenda for me and a life you think I should live, but this is what's true to me and this is how I'm gonna be. Lilith, if you ever read about her online, is so misaligned. Like, wow, it's really interesting, some of the stories. But like I always say to my clients and in the daily videos, Lilith energy is where we all find that place where we can go our own way and be true to ourselves. So working with Neptune, we may have to face the times where we were kowtowed or where we took the power away, where in the past. Just be aware of this if it rises. And like I said, Moon in Scorpio participating is like, you get your power, girl. You get your power, Lilith. But also be aware of it. Now, part of this flip as well, I worked for an astrologer who always talked about Lilith rage. And to be fair, Lilith can get angry, as any energy can get angry. Rage is not her natural format. It's not her natural habitat. But when Lilith energy has been suppressed for too long, that energy, like a volcano, can get like that. So be aware of that. As humans, we tend to pendulum. We are in the sign of Libra. And so in Libra, we may swing all the way over this way and then all the way back over this way to find our balance. I think the goal is not to do this pendulum swing, but to bring in this Lilith energy, this yin energy on a conscious level. That is to not become haters of the yang, because truly yin and yang work best divinely together. But be aware of that. From that suppressed place, you may find some of that energy rising. And chances are it may be from these places where you were suppressed. It may not be about the now. Now, the cards I have are so interesting about this. There is major healing going on as this comes forth. Be aware, be ready for these energies. Again, it could come in dreams, through your intuition, through an offhand remark from somebody. this was something we are all meant to experience. So holding the anger, holding the rage is not going to shift that. The experiencing was necessary. It's part of the pendulum. But it is an opportunity to grow, to bloom into yourself, especially if you take back your power. There's a lot of this energy as we're working with the power energy very strongly, with Pluto about to go direct, with the moon in Scorpio feeding in, transformation, Phoenix style, doing the work in and through the self is very possible at this time. But it is definitely going to take your awareness and consciousness. I'm like, do I have the consciousness card? No. I do have the breakthrough card, though, in reverse. So it may not be like that brilliant, aha, I understand moment at this time, but I do believe this is a card that's like coming. The more we can let ourselves into this, the more we take that yin as what was once the outsider and let it in. And so many of us, even those who are trying to work with the yin and let it through, do fall into the patternings where we don't. So that's where to really bring the awareness and bring back the power. How do you find this place where you can allow your river to flow, whatever that means according to you? How can you be true to yourself? How can you be one unto yourself? What I do love is that there is healing, especially as we recognize this experience and the importance of it. So, besides that, this is interesting. The moon in Scorpio is making a few other connections besides that Neptune-Lilith connection. The moon is also connecting to Saturn and Pluto in the sign of Capricorn. And this is where ultimately we do want to bring the yin. The yin needs to come back into society, into culture, into our work and into our daily lives and into living again. So, moon connecting to Saturn. How do you bring Lilith into your daily responsibilities, into the structures of your world, into the structure of your life? How do you bring that energy that is one unto yourself into that? Where do you need balance? Where do you keep finding yourself out of balance? Your Lilith can help you, show you how to move that back in. Moon connecting to Pluto. Lots of power games going on out there. There's a lot of power games as the darkness is rising and being seen more and more for what it is. And that it's confusing for people and it's stressful for people and it's painful for people as, as these energies we once believed in may be falling down. Be aware of those energies. This energy, though, it's 20 degrees. What is the nurturing that you need at this time? How do you nurture yourself through any of these fears? You do not have to let the fear win. Again, we're meant to experience this. There is growth. There's a lot of mud in this, actually. This is the queen of earth and the king of water. So balance in the mud. In this mud, though, it draws things to the surface. It brings the healing as it draws things to the surface. But notice where you need to nurture yourself. And notice, because this is going to freak people out and people are going to freak out and be more likely to have power plays going on. And what was the thing that really just came through? I just can't get the word. Check your motivations and check the motivations of others and keep tuning into it, really listen to yourself. Lots of gut intuition going on, but don't get paranoid. That's the flip side of the Scorpio energy. Trust yourself, trust yourself through that. That's part of embracing the yin energy, to be able to trust yourself, to be able to trust your intuition. So that is it for today. I thought this was going to be a short one. I guess not. Tomorrow, Pluto direct. So for now, you can always book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you, and you do 100% have the power. Namaste.